can look at the Varland pitch to Judge and tip your cap, which I think is totally reasonable. Judge is Judge. He's one of one. He's 6'9", and he turned on that thing, and he hit it off the foul pole. It's an unbelievable swing. The pizza he threw to Chisholm, that's a bigger issue for me.
That's the same here.
Like, Judge is Judge. He got you. You can't then run into Chisholm and give him one the way he did. And then it's 7-6. See you later. Game over. So I could go on and on about all the different things that happened.
Yeah, look at that.
There.
Look at that thing.
Yeah,
that looks like batting practice.
Center in, and Chisholm, who's yawning all night, hit that thing to the upper deck.
That bat flip was so outrageous, too. It was so offensive where he was just like, chew on that.
Well, he knew it. It was just a no-doubter off the bat.
But it was an underplayed moment. Like, I've been watching highlights all day of this game, and all you see is the Judge. Everybody's replaying the Judge home run, the Judge home run. The Judge home run tied the game. Mm-hmm. The fat pitch to Chisholm wins the game.
Yes.
Right? I mean, this is like, let's not forget that. And guess what? The guy who threw it is starting tonight.
Well, that's what's crazy is that Varland comes in. He had faced Judge 5 times. Judge had hit 2 home runs off him, which when you hear that stat when he's getting set to throw a pitch, you're like,
why is that guy even chosen at all?
Right. This is concerning. And now, to your point, Varland, because it happened in the regular season a couple weeks ago, they're going to have him open tonight. And guess who is going to step into the batter's box second tonight for the Yankees?
Exactly.
Aaron Judge, who is alive now, who is alive and is walking in with Varland. And maybe the plan will be, and I wouldn't put it past them, that they're going to walk him. I would not put it past them. Now, it may be considered what happens with Grisham at the top of the order. But if they get Grisham out, I'll bet you they walk him. And just say, forget it, first inning, get out of the way, and we'll take our chances with someone else. But
that's kind of what Savage was like. He was like, I'm throwing around this guy.
That's right.
He just said, I'm not giving this guy anything. I'll take the walk.
That's right.
I don't know how, after what he did last night, you would want to throw anything close to what that guy could crush.
No. I mean, exactly. And that was the thing. He was ahead in the count. It was a 2-1 count. You had him on the ropes. Do what Gausman did in Game 1 and just throw low and away, and maybe he'll chase because he's so anxious to have a big moment. Like, again, full credit to Judge, but why even throw something close to him with heat? Off speed away, down and away, let him go chase.
And if
you walk him, you walk him. So be it.
He's done it his entire playoff career. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he gets frustrated. He's shown that again. Now, I think
his numbers have been very good. Last night, he finally arrived with that hit. He needed that hit.
He needed a big one. He needed a big moment. He needed a definer, which is why I think people are showing it. And it was obviously I think that was the thing that bothered me if I'm a Jays fan last night is, look, it's tit for tat. You're playing heavy hitters here. You're playing the heaviest hitter in baseball in Aaron Judge. And when he hit that home run, game was tied, but it felt like the game was lost. You know, like when you looked at that dugout, when you looked at the body language, and when you looked at the way they played for the rest of the game, it felt like, they lost the game, even though if you really believe that you can go toe-to-toe with a heavyweight, you got to say, hey, tie game, let's go. Mm-hmm. Like, let's, bring it. Let's give him another one back. And there was just no sign of that for the rest of the night. And that's what you worry about tonight. Like, does that carry over? The idea that that haymaker from Judge, the fat pitch to Jazz Chisholm, does that stuff kind of carry into tonight? Because they were both delivered by tonight's starting pitcher.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, that Varland is going to open tonight. He's appeared in all 4 games. Well, he will as of first pitch tonight in the bottom of the first. But Schneider was saying last night everyone's available. And they're not going to change now, but I'm wondering why Kevin Gausman isn't at least in consideration to pitch on short rest tonight. And it doesn't appear as if it was ever a consideration, which would suggest they're just going to save him for Game 5, which is fine. It also might suggest that this is a guy that pitches better with more rest as opposed to less. Like, throughout his career has not been in this position a lot. No one gets asked too often to pitch on short rest.
Well, doesn't he have to go to them, or how does that transaction go? If they want him on short rest, he's got to go to them and say, let me do this, doesn't he?
And I'd love to see that happen. Again, I think that ship has sailed.
Everybody would.
I think that ship has sailed, but I would be much more comfortable with Gausman on short rest. And here's a question that I was asked earlier today. If you could go back in time, would you be more comfortable with Max Scherzer with the ball tonight? Because I think I would over Varland. Like,
really?
I think I would. I know what Scherzer looked like. This bullpen has been a disaster, and the aura of the moment is what you would be expecting out of Scherzer. No guarantees it could work. There's no guarantees this will work. This is going to be an all-time sweat tonight. Like, this is a terrifying moment. It's a bullpen game, and their bullpen's been getting torched.
That would be a massive ask, though, after what Scherzer's been doing in the first innings, Hayes.
I understand.
To ask for a throwback Max Scherzer moment because you don't trust the bullpen, I don't know. I know he's Hall of Famer. He's had an incredible career, but to ask that just seems like.
I get it, and it's not available to them. He's not on the roster. It's a hypothetical, but considering what we know now, and considering the scenario, how he's built, how he's wired, I'm not sure. It may be 50-50 in terms of comfort level. Scherzer with the ball or an opener tonight.
Well,
it's not that lopsided.
Think how many times we had this conversation in roundtables like this throughout the summertime, lining up the starting pitching for the playoffs. And how often was Max Scherzer not on that list? Speaking of lists.
He was always on it.
He was always on it.
At the very end.
Yep.
Yeah. He was always on it. And it's like amazing how, like, okay, even if they win this series, like you are a little concerned about their ability to get through a 4-7 series because, throughout the summertime, we would have had Scherzer on that list, might have had Lauer on that list at times during the
season. Bassett.
Barrios was on that list. Bassett was on that list at times, especially if he was pitching at home. We know the road splits are not particularly good at times. But like for that list of guys to no longer be viable candidates to start a big game, that's a big swing of events.
It is. Now again, they needed more out of Bieber last night. They got great starts out of Gausman, great start out of Yesavage. They needed more out of Bieber, and Bieber will get another opportunity. Right? If they get to the championship series, he will be back on the mound, and they will give him that opportunity, and they should give him that opportunity. The opener, it's foreign to a lot of old school people. The Dodgers just did it on their way to a World Series. The Dodgers do it. Other teams have done it. It's not ideal. Again, this bullpen is not as stacked as other bullpens have been, but the Jays, we use this term a lot down the stretch. They're still in the driver's seat. It's 2-1. I know. It's 2-1. The feeling is so different. When they're up 6-1, you thought this team's invincible. This team's invincible. They're going to destroy this team. You can hear a pin drop at Yankee Stadium. Now you go into the stadium tonight. I'm sure Yankee fans are uber positive, uber confident.